What are wholesome things that are actually toxic? Look at this adorable 4-year-old using a walker. So inspirational. Or this guy asked a deaf girl to prom. Watch this group of guys playing tackle football with a guy with Down syndrome. Check out this amazing blind kid walking down a street. Next level. Yo. Using your child for likes on social media. All those fake animal rescue videos on it. Spending so much time on social media to show everyone else how wholesome your life is. People that tell you you won't fail. Full stop. Corporations who spend $50 million on ads to tell you about the amazing $1 million they spent on a charity program. Social media posts of people sharing their good deed or act of kindness. Especially when it's some annoying elaborate thing that completely ignores existing social supports, like collecting and then handing out food donations instead of IDK. Regularly supporting the food bank, or they just give money to a poor person and then force that person to pose with them. Or worse, film them. News stories like CEO sees employee dumpster diving for food and buys them a headlamp. Or kid works manual labor to pay off school lunch debt for entire class. Family vlogging. Glorifying feeding animals into obesity. Teachers working overtime sacrificing for their students fundraising for anything etc. Most news articles that hit national headlines about teachers are toxic as duck. Instagram influencers promoting their amazing healthy lifestyles but in reality mostly staged, photoshopped and exacerbating mental illness, body issues, anxiety in young people. Beauty pageants. Even worse. Any viral story about some kid selling tea to pay for a relative's healthcare. The expectation to keep your family members in your life no matter what they do. Some people have families that treat them like absolute tea. And being related to them isn't a good reason to keep them around. It's okay to cut off toxic family members. The martyr mom idea that you have to sacrifice 100% of your life for your kids. Absolutely, parenting takes sacrifices. But I have seen some people act like they can't do anything for themselves anymore because they have children. For example, a woman I work with ended up with a half day at work while her kids were at school, so she had 3-4 hours of unexpected free time. I suggested she get a mani PD or something else fun for just her. She told me I could never do that. I have kids. Lady, your kids are safely at school and this is found time. It doesn't make you a better parent to neglect yourself. Especially when it isn't even necessary. You don't have to be puke covered, unshowered, and unhappy to be a good parent. Eater. A few people have said that it might be about the cost of the mani PD. This was just an example of one of my suggestions. She literally told me she could not do anything for herself because of the kids. Not watch a movie or go for a walk despite having an extra half day of time. Asking your child who's your boy or girlfriend anytime they interact with someone of the opposite sex. Crowdfunding for medical costs. Kids having lemonade stands to pay for cancer treatment, etc. Hustle culture. Can't upvote this enough. What? You aren't grinding yourself into a fine red paste at your job. Coming in early. Leaving late. Working weekends. And paying for your own training? What do you mean you don't have a side hustle and passive incomes? Are you even trying? Haven't you found your purpose and started a business yet? What are you even doing? Ugh. Teachers giving up their sick days for some other teacher can have days off for cancer treatments. Dating advice that includes relentlessly pursuing a woman who has made it clear that she doesn't like you. Lot of the blame for this is old rom-coms that basically show that stalking a woman will always end up with love. Pugs. Other animals like the cat who has a body shaped like a dachshund. Any pets bred to look a certain way without it actually having any other purpose than being cute. We're all just one big family. If anyone tells you this in a workplace setting, run. They're only like a family in the sense of the most toxic parts of one that exploit you. Supporting someone no matter what choices they make. You can love someone to the ends of the earth. That doesn't mean they will 100% be right all of the time. No matter how much you love or admire them. Edit. Obligatory first award thank you. Stranger. Repeatedly professing your love for someone after they tell you that they aren't interested. The idea that you can make someone love you back if you just keep trying is rooted in toxicity. But romanticized in countless films and TV shows. Any post that paints horrendous self-sacrifice in a positive light really. It just breeds the mentality that you need to always put yourself last. Heartwarming. This 14-year-old girl lives in a country with a social security net so non-existent she had to drop out of school and work 3 jobs to feed her family while her mother has sold off several of her own organs to pay for her insulin. What happens next will really give you the warm fuzzies. When people film themselves doing things like giving a homeless person some money or food. Or helping an old person something to be wholesome when in actuality they're only doing it for the views. That's not wholesome. That's exploitative. As a former homeless person, I can't put into words how annoying the people who film themselves handing out food for a viral video with some emotional pop song overlaid on it are. It's 100% look at me. Look how cool and helpful I am while honestly not giving a real damn about the homeless. It'd be one thing if you're putting your fame and money back into funding a shelter. Or true change and volunteering in charity efforts but not just dropping $20 on some McDonald's meals to drive around LA filming strangers sleeping on the street for a bit. Most relationships shown on TV. Obese animals. It may be cute. But it's also abuse. And those animals are unhealthy. Edit. Of course there are some rare occasions where a health condition leads to an animal being obese. I'm referring to the culture of praising obesity in animals because it's cute and gets you likes on social media. Same with pugs and other flat-faced dogs. There's nothing wrong with adopting them. But it's their continued popularity that drives people to keep breeding them and that should not be allowed. Their deformities impact their quality of life severely and we shouldn't be subjecting animals to that just because it's cute. Edit. Also whenever you voice concern about the well-being of pets there's always the handful of people who are like oh. Just let people enjoy things. We're allowed to think things are cute. Well yes. But you are sacrificing another animal's well-being to that end. Big chunky animals. So many pets, mainly dogs and cats, end up being pretty overweight and people continue to overfeed them because they think it's cute. Good vibes only posting. Let people experience real emotions. Sarah. Toxic positivity. Always saying cheer up or choose to be happy is really hard to be around when you're depressed and really makes you feel guilty for feeling something other than 100%. All inspiration PRN. Football player asks girl with cerebral palsy out to prom is really just saying hero stoops to level of gross disabled child for one day. It's dehumanizing. Proposing in front of a crowd. Puts a lot of pressure on the person being proposed to. Receiving recognition for perfect attendance. My ass that you never got sick. The YouTube channel's 8 passengers. The pure existence of most modern dog breeds. Pugs. For example. We all think they're super cute. But the truth is, they are extremely deformed and constantly suffering as a result of a century of inbreeding. A lot of people don't know this. And it's really sad. I'm not saying these dogs should be put down right now. Just saying it would have been a better idea not to inbreed dogs for centuries. Asking babies to hug and kiss people. My mentor's kid is very shy and would refuse to even talk to his own family members. Often, people would pull him in for an interaction anyway. Which he clearly wasn't happy with. So I started asking for high fives and he smiled slightly each time and gave a very enthusiastic high five. From there he started getting more comfortable with me and would talk and play with me for a bit. So I think high fives are a good way to say hello without getting too awkward. It's important to acknowledge that it's your choice if you let other people touch you. If a kid doesn't want to, she should never be forced. When I visited him last time, I remember he decorated the stairs with balloons for me. It's a great feeling when a kid chooses to show you their affection in their own little way. And when they want to. And not because you asked for it. Filming your child's punishment and posting it on social media. The I hate everyone but you trope in media. Only being nice to people you find attractive isn't cute. Toxic positivity. Like when someone's having a really hard time and you tell them to stay positive or try to look at the bright side. Duck you Jenny. My grandma died. YouTube kids channels. The ones aimed at older audiences are literally better for a child than the kids ones. Edit. Holy crap, this is at 13. 5k upvotes. Tism Reddit. This is the first comment that has gotten so much upvotes. Edit part 2. Electric Boogaloo. 14. 9k upvotes and 7 awards. God. I feel so poggers. Thanks. People of Reddit. Pugs. AWW, look how cute little Oscar is choking in his own larynx. Oh. Oscar seems to be snoring really loudly and woke himself up again because of his ducked up genetics. Close bracket. Our little baby Oscar became an angel today at the age of 6. We never expected him to asphyxiate in his sleep. See? I could go on. But I would rather a pug owner come out and try to justify this instead. Filming yourself doing nice things for poor people. Little Jimmy saved up for years to pay for his mother's healthcare in only developed country where this would be necessary. Asking children if they have a boyfriend girlfriend. Inspirational quotes and stay positive posts. Saka toxic positivity. Toxic positivity. You'll have to acknowledge those bad feelings eventually. The social police. People who lose their shit when somebody else likes to do things alone. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Redditor. Family vloggers. Kids can't consent to being posted online because they don't fully understand it and how it could affect them. They might like it or think it's fun. But their brains aren't fully developed, so it doesn't matter how mature the parents think they are. They don't understand they are being used. It's gross that these parents use their kids for money and that they know there are creeps on the internet that watch their kids yet still post almost everything they do. And then they get mad when their privacy is invaded. Some parts of your life are just better left private. You don't need to share everything. And I wish child labor laws extended to help protect these kids from being used for money. Acting like babies are flirting with people for smiling, waving, or paying any attention towards another individual of the opposite sex. The number of baby clothes ascribing sexuality to infants and making innuendo is too damn high. Why do infants need honors that say ladies man and I'm a boob guy? It feels very gross. Girl clothes get daddy says no dating until I'm 30. Full stop. It's a baby. When people who are super spiritual and love all the time judge and ridicule you for not being in a good mood or for needing space. You're ruining the vibe. This isn't a hostile environment. Gaslighting is wrong and these people do it all the time. I call them the love police. The whole mentality of supporting your loved one versus the world. It's wholesome because you're loyal. It's toxic when you know they're wrong and they're causing harm to others. As much as it's adorable to support your loved ones against all odds, what's more adorable is to correct them. Overprotective parents. Dads being rude and threatening to their daughters' partners. Parents not accepting that their babies are actually grown up and need to be treated like people. Badgering people to have kids. No. I'm not going to magically change my mind when I meet the right girl. Youth sports. Parents and coaches pushing kids to their limits in manipulative and abusive manners. Making sports an obligation, not a joy. I had my youngest son enrolled in soccer at the age of 4. I pulled him out after the first game when the coach and another parent screamed until red in the face. Because my son missed the kick. No. That's not healthy. People filming themselves helping poor homeless people then posting it on social media. God, I hate that. Love bombing is a big problem in today's romantic economy. Especially since dating has become heavily influenced by online apps and phone communication. A lot of people don't even know this term exists and won't hesitate to accept this behavior. Because they love the immediate and powerful attention they're getting. And the overbearing affection seems harmless. Yes, some people really do fall in love quickly. And each relationship goes by their own pace. But if you're uncomfortable with how fast things are moving, do not let them love bomb you into succumbing to their toxic abuse feelings. Especially when romance is involved. Take time. It's not easy. It's not all fun and games. Relationships take hard work. If it feels too good to be true, it probably is. And that's love bombing. Lots of romantic tropes. I can't live without you. You complete me. And so on. They show dependence and lack of self-worth. Abstinence and purity promise culture really ducks people up for a long time when you teach them that A. Sex is dirty, bad and evil. B. Wholesome awards. GoFundMe pages for medical treatments. U.S. Healthcare. Dads trying to be weirdly aggressive threatening to their daughter's BFS. Any fitness influencer on social media who posts a motivational essay with every standard video of them working out. It's self-ingratiating as duck. Has absolutely nothing to do with anything. And just convolutes the simplicity of folks spending 30 minutes a day doing a simple ducking workout. How the whole body positive movement has turned to normalizing morbid obesity, being severely overweight. There is nothing beautiful about being unhealthy. We don't think alcoholism or drug addiction abuse is beautiful. So eating yourself to a shorter life expectancy shouldn't be different. Body positive is about being proud of things you can't change. Weight is something that can be changed. It just takes more time and dedication. The general idea our society and culture have of relationship goals. Not being able to eat, sleep, think, function without your partner is not healthy. Being obsessed with your partner is not healthy. Looking to your partner to complete you or make you feel whole is not healthy. Changing who you are for your partner is not healthy. Looking to your partner as the person who is responsible for your happiness is not healthy. Being two people supporting each other's goals and individuality is healthy. Family reunions. They can be toxic when many of the relatives and their non-family partners don't really want to be part of it, but somehow get pressured or talked into going. Disney. Body positivity like Dove's Real Beauty campaign. The idea that all women are beautiful sounds nice on the surface. But it's a gross message to send because beauty is still at the core of it. I don't want to be told that my body is beautiful too. I want to be told that I don't have to be beautiful. That my value is not tied to how much other people enjoy looking at me. Telling people they shouldn't be alone or to take solace in a peaceful death when a loved one dies. Grief is so personal. Telling someone how to grieve takes away their rights to grieve the way they need. Calling old people cute and acting as if they're pets. They have way more wisdom and life experience than most of us. Yet they're treated like objects instead of looking up to them and giving them the respect they deserve. It's ducking disgusting. Not all experience is good or useful. I respect old people who earn that respect. Your old racist ass will not get an ounce of respect just because you happen to live a long time. RuPaul's catchphrase, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love anybody else? It always rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah. You can absolutely have problems loving yourself and still love others. Stop saying that. It's such a shitty thing to say. People who post a day in the life of and it's them waking up in their high-rise, going out for drinks, expensive dinners and doing about 15 minutes of work a day. It's not realistic and it's not how reality works. People taking videos of themselves helping or donating to homeless, These people obviously deserve our compassion and empathy. And charity is a beautiful thing. My issue is that it's insincere when filmed and posted to social media, and it creates this victim image for our homeless that doesn't help them. This might already be here, but I don't see it. Waiting until marriage and anything that demonizes or generates a hush-hush or gross mentality regarding sexuality. Sexual health. And safe. Healthy sexual exploration. The effects are broad and wide-ranging here. From women who don't understand their own anatomy, to teaching kids cute names for genitals that can result in miscommunication from a child trying to report sexual abuse, to exclusivity that prevents people from understanding and being able to communicate their needs, pleasure preferences, or unrealized LGBT+ status, for example, and leading to a lifetime of dissatisfaction, etc. Even just confusion and stress between couples when one or both partners has been raised without the tools, understandings, and comfort to communicate effectively on sexual matters is a negative outcome worth consideration. The demonization of sex in general is typically viewed as proper and more wholesome, especially among many religious communities. And it can be extremely damaging to mental, emotional, and most certainly physical health. Proposing in public with a ton of people filming. The concept of a soulmate. There is no perfect partner, and holding out for one or comparing your partner to an imagined one just leads to unhappiness. Or if you think you've found one, get married quickly. And then can't let go of that idea even when it becomes apparent that they weren't a great fit for you. I know of a lot of people who have dysfunctional romantic lives because of this idea. Performative social media posts demonstrating the good people are doing. Be present. Not presenting. Not sure if it's on here already, but I get super uncomfortable when a video of a classroom of kids giving the kid who can't afford new shoes a brand new pair as a surprise. The entire culture of filming while doing kind things for people is so exploitive and gross and sad. Are chonkers. 1. Billionaires donating to charity. They do that to avoid taxes and public opinion. Most of the money they donated goes to fees which end up back in their wallets. They have the ability to solve all these problems, but they won't. 2. Elon Musk. He's not your friend. He pretends like his electric cars save the environment, while they just produce more carbon and pollute the natural environment. Manufacturing an electric vehicle takes a lot of energy, and most of your charging stations take power from the main grid, which is mostly fossil fuel powered. 3. Bulldogs. Pugs. The Sphinx cat and other purebred animals. They are suffering from health issues because they were bred to look cute. The fact that they exist is animal cruelty. It's like if your parents decided to block one of your noses because you look cuter like that. Deadly poisonous tree frogs. My first thought was GoFundMes for things that shouldn't have to be a thing, like really expensive medical treatment. Teachers that use a lot of their personal time and money on their classroom. If it's your passion hobby, then cool. But it's not part of our job, and we are not getting paid enough to go above and beyond like that. Heck. As a K-12 art teacher, I can barely keep my classroom clean sometimes. Yes. American here. Heterosexual weddings where people joke that the man's life is over or he is chained to his wife. If your partner is that terrible that they will actively ruin your life, run away. Being overly possessive for your significant other. Some people might be like AWW, they love you so much that they won't even let anyone lay eyes on you, or they must be head over heels for you. I think the duck not. It's really toxic and obsessive behavior. And definitely a red flag. Stardew Valley. Starts off very innocently. Lovely game. Cute farm. This is nice. One thing that really irks me is when one person in a relationship, usually the woman, relentlessly tags their son in appreciation posts, relationship memes, or statuses explaining to everyone just how in love they both are. After seeing this a handful of times and seeing where the relationships end up, It often seems to me these posts are hiding some serious problems in the relationship with the person in question, often coming off as desperate or starved for affection. Punking people with practical jokes that are fake traumatic incidents. There is absolutely nothing funny about witnessing a fake death, mortal injury or abuse and then discovering it was all an elaborate joke. It's traumatizing. Never taking no for an answer. No means no. Spouses being their partner's everything. It's okay to have other friends.